Hello, Lagos. Good afternoon. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts. First hard fact of the day: the federal government says the Lagos Ibadan Expressway will be completed in April, and the second Niger Bridge will open in May. These are both major transportation projects that are supposed to improve regional travel. And the Buhari administration has promised repeatedly that they will be finished before he leaves office. Second hard fact of the day: apply for your new passport 6 months before the old one expires. That's the new advice directly from the Nigerian Immigration Service. This is quite the radical departure from the past, where the NIS was priding itself on very quick turnaround. But now they're saying 6 months before the current one expires. But as you know, NIS has been facing serious shortages as far as the booklets are concerned. They've been having serious issues with their process, from shortages of booklets to problems with validating NINs with NIMC. Now they've told you 6 months. It's gonna take half a year. So if you look at the passport in your hands, in your house, in your bag, in your briefcase, and it's gonna expire in 6 months, you better apply now for a new one. 1 million Lagosians listen to this show. I'm sure if they tell someone to tell someone else, this information will go around. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. I've got a great show for you, starting with the big three. Let's talk about P2B's response to Lai Mohammed. Then let's talk about the PDP and APC protesting against INEC in River State. And then let's talk about uproar over last-minute contract approvals. At 4 o'clock, it's the I Beg to Differ Tournament of Champions. We have our third and final Group C match, and it's between Emanuela Nadi and Nicholas Musa Okoya. Emanuela needs a win to keep her qualification hopes alive, while a draw guarantees Musa a spot in the quarterfinals. On Balogu and Broad, let's talk about Pebek's Ease of Doing Business report. I will have a project manager from Pebek join me at 5. And after the news at 6, I'll bring you the AFCFTA discussion show. Remember, today is open mic, so you get to ask Dr. Im about all your questions about exports. You have any questions whatsoever about exports, give us a call at 6:15 p.m. and our in-house analyst, well, not in-house now, but he's been here so often he might as well be in-house. Our export expert will answer your questions. Expect news, business and sports at the top of the hour every hour. But let's get started with today's big three. Lagos, I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Was Obi's rebuttal to Lai Mohammed correct? Have the PDP and APC in River State switched sides? How can CSOs and citizens bring sanity to contract approvals? Those are the big three. Lagos, let's talk. P2B has responded to Lai Mohammed. That's our first story. Yesterday, I told you about Lai Mohammed telling American media that P2B is trying to incite insurrection and violence over the election. I couldn't bring you the other side because Obi had not commented yet. Now he has. He tweeted, quote, "In the past few days, I have observed various campaigns of calumny directed at my person, with the latest being allegations attributed to the Information Minister, Lai Mohammed, from Washington, D.C. It is most unfortunate that these consistent efforts to portray me, quite contrary to what I am, and my core values, is coming from such high quarters. Minister Lai accusing me of stoking insurrection is totally malicious and fictitious. I have never discussed or encouraged anyone to undermine the Nigerian state. I have never sponsored or preached any action against the Nigerian state. Those initiating these actions have increasingly used their official positions and agents to make false allegations against me. I am on record as always advocating for peace, an issue-based campaign, and never campaigned based on ethnicity or religion. I am committed to due process and presently seeking redress in court. I urge those engaged in this demarketing process to stop presenting Nigeria in such a bad light. Our future generations deserve a new Nigeria where they can live in a secure and decent life like their counterparts in other climes. It is possible. End quote. P2B speaking there. Lai Mohammed made some serious accusations against P2B. Now Obi has responded very seriously as well. He called Lai Mohammed's words malicious. He also accused Mohammed and others of portraying Nigeria in bad light. I wonder whether you agree. Do you agree with Obi's insistence that he himself has never called for insurrection? What's your assessment of the way P2B has handled himself in public ever since he rejected the presidential election results? 01465 7190. That's for women. Men call me on 0700 993 993. We've got WhatsApp as well. WhatsApp is 080 959 75805. Was Obi's rebuttal to Lai Mohammed correct? 99.3. Hello. 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 All right, we have no one there. 99.3.
Hello.
Thank you for calling. What's your name, ma'am?
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
This is Joy calling.
Joy, talk to me.
I agree with Obio because I don't really understand. When Aero5 were saying all sorts of things, I don't know whether they were even sleeping. They didn't hear when they were saying all those things. That Buhari wants to hand over to interim government. So why is the OP now that they are turning their sword against now? You know what happened, Sandra?
What?
This thing, this APC, they didn't think OP will be a threat to them. Now, Obi is a threat to them. So they will come out with every kind of thing to come against him. And I listened to Kanayo. There was something he was saying.
Kanayo.
Very soon that Obi will be arrested. Maybe we not get to that extent, so thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for calling. 99.3, hello. Thank you for calling us.
Hello.
How you doing? What's your name?
My name is Roslyn.
Rosaline, talk to me.
Obi, like we know, stands for a move other than a person.
Okay.
But even the person behind the move has conducted himself so well that if any person says his character has not rubbed off, the person is lying. For me, all this bid by people to discredit him, they themselves even know that they are lying. And the truth is, they make his case even stronger. Because when you make obvious statements that somebody is convinced is not true, you only strengthen the person whom you are accusing. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's a cry of a person who is losing. Thank you very much.
Cry of a person who's losing, Rosaline says. All right, Rosaline, thank you very much for calling us. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Sandra. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
This is Happiness from Ikorodu.
Talk to me, Happiness.
Yes, Sandra, I really appreciate Peter Obi for his maturity.
Okay.
Very, very matured.
Okay.
Even before and after the election, he has been matured, and I appreciate him for that.
Okay.
And to our own government, Lai Mohammed, you should hold his peace. We have more problems in Nigeria, so much to solve, including our debt. They should fix the country and stop looking for Obi. Sandra, enjoy your day.
Thank you very much for calling, Happiness. 99.3, hello. Hello? 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 Is there anyone there? I can hear someone. Oh, they'll feel so terrible. 99.3, hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Hello? Hello? Oh, that's unfortunate. Give us a call back if you can. We've got Sukuye Samuel joining us. Sukuye Samuel, where are you joining from? Hello? Hello? Samuel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Now I can. Where are you calling from?
Okay, I'm joining you from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Welcome. Talk to me.
Okay. They say insurrection. I kind of makes me wonder. These people saying insurrection, do they really know the definition of insurrection? Because on I know say English will be our papa language. So probably the man was told the word. He didn't really check the meaning of the word. He just went there and it just entered his head and he just said, maybe that's what it is. Because for him to say there'll be he's having insurrection without any reason as to why he's saying it, it's baffling. It's really, really baffling. On the other hand, whatever they do on social media as regards the Peter case is them just promoting his image some more because the man has the talent to answer them without any word of violence or insurrection as they are claiming. He answers them educated, like an educated person. He answers them with a person that is well calculated in his words. He's not answering like a regular Nigerian. You say something to me, you piss me off, I come at you with a counter word that is also as aggravating as yours. He's answering you based on legitimate intelligence from his inner person or from the group of persons that he's working with. So if they're going to say insurrection, they should prove it. Okay, has he caused any violence in the country? Has he told the youths to go against the police, the authority, or to disobey or destroy or be violent as in the country? No, he's not. So they should be clear what they say or how they present Nigerians, because these white people that they are going to complain to, they're not doing anything to better us. To be honest, they're the same people that came to colonize us. They're the same people that has turned our country to the level it is. And we're still running to them to say claims or make allegations against our own persons that are trying to make the country better. They should be very careful what they say out there.
All right, Samuel. Thank you for calling us, Samuel. All right, have a great day. We've got someone called Retired Madman. I'm not sure I want to talk to a retired madman. What's your actual name? Unmute yourself. Let's hear you. Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, it doesn't look like we have him ready yet. So let's move on to Abiola then. Abiola Ogunwemimo is on the line. Abiola, talk to me. You have to unmute yourself though. Hello, Abiola? Hello? Can you hear me, Abiola?
I can hear you now.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Sandra.
Yes.
See, I am just tired of Nigeria. I'm just confused every day. Now, Peter Obi, we all know where he stands. Never make any, never said anything that can cause any trouble, that can bring down the country. So I want to ask, what is the intention of Lai Mohammed? We want to even thank God that the man has been keeping quiet all this while, just to start all over again now. What is the intention to go outside the country to make that statement? Hello, Sandra.
I'm here. I'm listening. Mm-hmm.
So I don't get it, because we knew Peter Obi as
Abiola, your voice is fading in and out. I don't know what's happening.
Are you with me?
I'm with you. So if you can keep talking the way you're currently talking, that'll be great.
So that remains my question. What is the intention of Lai Mohammed leaving this shore of Nigeria to come and tell America? No. We know that they are part of our problem. What is going on in Nigeria? So I still don't understand that, and I believe there is an aim, there is an attempt to do something. I don't want to use bad word on the radio, to do something against, because like I said, and you, the media knew that this man has never said any. Even when the campaign was going on, that Tinubu will go here and there and say all manner of things. The man has.
Abiola, unfortunately, your line keeps coming in and out. It's making hearing you quite difficult. Let's come back to Nigeria. 99.3.
Hello.
Thanks for calling. What's your name, sir?
Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Austin, calling from Lekki.
Talk to me, Austin.
Well, Lai Mohammed, when MC Oluomo made an inflammatory statement, where were Lai Mohammed when Femi Fani-Kayode stated that he will make Nigeria ungovernable if Tinubu is not being sworn in as a president-elect? Where were Lai Mohammed when Bayo Onanuga had been making an inflammatory statement and he couldn't stand tall to address Nigerian as an information minister, and he went straight to United States and started speaking out of points. Please, I think the Nigerian people should call, or Nigerian government should call Lai Mohammed to order, because the kind of policy they are hitting, when it starts burning, it will not hit one person alone. But we don't want peace. We don't want trouble in this nation. We want peace.
All right. Thank you very much for calling, Austin. Okay, we've got retired madman on Skype. What's your actual name, sir?
Frank.
Frank, welcome. Talk to me.
It's Frank. Frank, also. Mr. Information Minister, we need information about how you spent 75 trillion naira, how you took us to a debt of 75 trillion naira, and give us information on how to pay that amount. That is what is on the front burner, Mr. Information Minister. And accusing Mr. Peter Obi of insurrections and causing chaos. Mr. Information Minister, your government took 130-something million Nigerians into multidimensional poverty. That is enough for insurrection. That is what we need information about. Leave Mr. Peter be alone. Nice talking with you again, Sandra.
Frank, thank you very much for calling. All right, let's move on to our second story. When you give us a call to talk about it, we can, of course, still talk about the first story. Now, our second story takes us to Rivers State, where we've got some more drama between the PDP and the APC. INEC declared PDP's Sim Fubara the winner of the Guba elections. The APC believes that their candidate, Tony Cole, was the actual winner. So they've staged protests at INEC headquarters in Port Harcourt. But here's the funny part. PDP is also protesting against INEC. Now, this is the really funny part. You have both parties accusing INEC of working for the other party, of working with the other party. It's the same way that they are both accusing the police of working with the other party. Anyway, here's what happened on Monday. Tony Cole got a court order to inspect INEC's certified true copies of results and other materials. But when he got to INEC HQ to inspect the CTCs, PDP protesters stopped him. They said that they were protesting to stop INEC from working with APC to reverse the results. They also insisted that both parties must inspect the CTCs together. And then it turned violent. I reported here on Monday. There was a clash between the PDP and APC supporters. We have video which seems to show PDP supporters surrounding and entering the APC secretariat. Cole claims that PDP supporters tried to beat him up. He claims they punched him, they beat him, they threw bottles at him, they threw buns at him. Meanwhile, PDP claims that Cole and his supporters allegedly murdered one of them and they want the police to arrest him. Meanwhile, Tony Cole is accusing the police of working with the PDP to harass his lawyers. And the confusion doesn't end there. Nyesom Wike of the PDP has said that Tony Cole worked against Bola Tinubu in the presidential election and supported the PDP's Atiku Abubakar instead. Of course, Wike himself worked against Atiku, his party's flag bearer. So it's almost like the River State chapter of the PDP and APC switched sides to support the national leadership of their opponent. So that one, they happen for there. That's the perplexing situation in River State. Tell me your thoughts when we come back from this break. 0700-993-993-993. That's for men. Women, call us on 01465-7190. That's for women. If you are abroad, you can call us via Skype. Skype is Nigeria Info 99.3. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Only one station gives you great talk every day.
On the show yesterday, you spoke about the tariff hike, electricity tariff hike.
Yes.
I'm hearing news today that it's being postponed till next year.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Sandra Ezekwesili, you're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk 0700-993-993-993 01465-7190. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. We've brought you two stories so far. We talked about Peter Obi's response to Lai Mohammed, and I brought you the story of the drama between PDP and APC in River State. 99.3, hello. Hello.
Hello, Sandra. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Victoria.
Victoria, talk to me.
I'm calling from Lagos.
Good to have you on the show. Talk to me.
Okay. Like you said, the problem in River State. I think for every problem that occurs in River State, we should be held responsible.
Okay.
Because this is actually what they want. They want to cause confusion for people to be killed. And I don't understand Nigerians. Up to this stage, they allow themselves to be used. So I believe we should be held responsible for every problem in River State. Then coming to the part, are you hearing me?
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Coming to the part of P2B response to the information minister, I think that man is old enough to know the truth, to know his right from his wrong. At this age, with all that happened in Lagos, with all the evidences that is at their reach, they are still looking for who to blame, looking for P2B, chasing P2B around, instead of them to sit back, return back to the drawing table and fix their problem. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Victoria, for calling. We appreciate it. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Sandra. How are you? Alex here.
Alex, talk to me.
Hello.
Hello. Alex, talk to me. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Sandra, I think it was a couple of days ago, 2 days or so, that I called on Sheriff's show on One Time Fast, where I said that the judiciary shouldn't just keep quiet in the midst of all of this. Olisagbakoba today on Arise TV reiterated my point that Nigeria is treading on very delicate grounds. And if the judiciary will expedite action on the petition that is before it right now, all of that tension will be significantly doused. Now, young Nigerians are going into the streets. They say they are going to protest against people who might want to intimidate the judiciary. And what I said was that the judiciary should immediately put out a statement that they are unintimidatable. All of these things affect our image abroad.
Right.
Somebody asked that what does Lai Mohammed gain in going all out there to wash our linen in public? It's very simple. A few days ago, some obedience went to the White House to make their grievances known to the world. Now, probably somebody detailed Lai Mohammed to get on the next plane to go to the same Washington and going to put out his own message. You see, this back and forth can all be dealt with when the judiciary does its own job. All of these things affect our FDIs. Today there was a report now, Sherry reeled them out, of how our FDIs have continued to go down. You think it's magic. It's not magic. The world is seeing what is happening. You're calling treason. I want obedience to be kept, to be watchful. This is how they started against MKO Abiola. In his own case, he did not even make it to court. At some point, they will begin to arrest and begin to kill them in detention. They may not even make it to court. We are treading on very delicate grounds here. And those who have the power to stop it should stop it. They should use their good office, their high office, to save Nigeria from sinking.
Okay. Alex, thank you very much for calling. 99.3. Hello.
Hello, President Sandra.
Good to have you on the show. What's your name, sir?
This is your senior special advisor, Chris.
Chris, talk to me.
Quick one. Thank God that
Chris, your connection is breaking up.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, President Sandra.
I can hear you now.
If it's the LB or the PDP guy they declare winner, what do you think will happen in Nigeria today? For Lai Mohammed, I thought this age has to do with my
Chris, your line is breaking up. You're going to have to call us back, okay? Let me take a look at messages on WhatsApp now. President Sandra, nobody amongst all these men could believe that PO can be a force that he has become. A harmless man is not guilty. PO is a movement. Let Mr. Lai Mohammed be constructive and understand meaning of words before using them. All right. Shegun Akerele from VI says, I don't believe Peter Obi. What Obi Vice said is totally wrong. That he made himself a Supreme Court by saying if Tinubu sworn on May 29, that's it, the end of democracy. Even the denial of the leak phone call all show desperation and undemocratic attitude of bad losers. That's I just read that message verbatim, because usually when I say I think people wrote in a hurry, so I can't understand what they wrote. Some people say, Sandra, what do you mean by that? So I said, let me read Shegun Akerele's message. Shegun Akerele from VI, thank you for your message. This one here is from Tony Tonero. Tony says, Lai Mohammed is just being guilty conscious. What has Obi done or said since after the election, apart from going to court? Lai Mohammed should start talking like an elderly man. All right, thanks for your message. Anonymous from Ijagun says, when will Lai Mohammed talk more circumspectly? He should remember that he will answer to God at the end of his life. I agree with Peter Obi that he's a man of peace. He has never incited anyone to violence. He's suing for the people always. He's a light that stands against their works of darkness. That's why they keep looking for something to use against him every now and then. We've got Adego K from Lekki who says, Obi's response to Lai Mohammed was even too lenient. If I was the one, I would have given it to him hot. When MC Olomo and Bayo Onanuga were busy saying things they shouldn't have been saying, they didn't see anything wrong with what was said. The government, especially Lai Mohammed, needs to do better. All right. Tare from Lekki says, my take is that the APC and Lai Mohammed are so afraid of Obi and Como. Sandra, the word insurrection is a borrowed word from during the Donald Trump era, Mr. Peter, you are the eagle that you will fly, and we're praying for you. No, insurrection has always existed. It's not a word that was borrowed from the Trump era. But yes, insurrection is quite a very heavy word to use when the character in question has said over and over on the record in public to his supporters, remain calm, we're in court, we're following due process, we're testing the integrity of the court, so it's very interesting, this insurrection talk, because he hasn't protested, his people haven't protested, PDP has protested, PDP has called the process a sham, PDP has been on different media rounds talking about the process itself. No one is accusing the PDP of insurrection, so it's a very interesting word to throw around, but there's nothing on the record to show that Obi and his party have done anything even remotely close to that. We've got Kingsley in Lagos who says, okay, I can't read that message, Kingsley, but thank you for sending it in. We've got this one here from Olushoga Ajayi. Olushoga says, I'm totally against the clash in Rivers State over inspection of electoral materials between PDP and APC. I don't know what people are gaining from killing each other. Before the end of the year, both Wiki and Amechi will come together to share from our national cake. River State youth, please don't let them use your blood to settle scores. I wish all youths everywhere will really learn to not let politicians use them for silly things. We've got Manny who says, the Nigeria Immigration Service is not a serious organization. I live in the US in Houston, traveled to Phoenix to do data capture in July 2022, and 9 months later, I'm yet to get my passport. The charge for the passport is fully paid for, and yet they cannot deliver. I'm sure by the time I get it to be 1 year old with only 4 years left. How can one love a country that behaves like this to its citizens? We've got a message here. You didn't leave your name, but you say Peter Obi should start suing some of these people for defamation. And I think it's too much attention or publicity given to these Buhari ministers. These people should start paying for free publicity on the radio. It seems, okay, well, I'm not going to read the rest of that message because it just goes on and on and on and on and on. We have this one here from Adewale. Adewale says, whether we like it or not, politics is a game played by the parties involved. Politics is not a game, or let me reframe it. Politics is a game with very serious consequences. Very serious consequences. If me and you are playing Ludo, or if me and you are playing what, the end of what is me saying, pick two, pick one, general market, last card, check up, and I jump around, hey, I've won. Same thing for what, right? However, politics, the way it is played in Nigeria, is the kind of politics that disenfranchises an entire ethnic group. That's not a game. That's illegal. That's a crime. And as upstanding citizens, we should all be against it. We should all condemn it, regardless of who you support. As a decent human being, you should condemn it totally, regardless of who you support. That's not a game. That's not playing a game. That's doing something unconscionable. That's a crime against humanity. That's the kind of thing that gets you hanged at The Hague. So no, it's not a game. It's not a game to beat people up because they are coming to perform their civic duty. That's not a game. That's a crime. It's an illegal thing. It's an offense. It is something that should have you rotting in jail for the rest of your life or for a good number of years. But thank you for your message, Adewale. We've got this message here from Raji Kabiru. Raji says, Lagos Ibadan Express has been under construction for over 20 years. I live on that axis and I can tell you for free that Julius Berger will not finish that project and will wait to arm twist the next administration. RCC is, however, doing a great job. All right. Thank you for your message. Grandma Princess sent us a message where she says, there are so many treasonable things that these APC politicians have been uttering. election. Who has confronted them? They should leave Labour Party presidential candidates alone. They're being victimized because APC government thinks that they're now in charge, and so they can do or say anything and get away with it. It is in this country that a politician frightened the federal government that if don't win presidential election, blood will flow in Nigeria. Another one said that he will do anything, no matter what it is, to win presidential elections. Up till now, no one has called them up for treason, for addressing Nigerian nations in that treasonable manner. Yes, election has been done and won, but people seem to sweep things under the carpet that people were killed, victimized, prevented from exercising their voting rights. But nothing is being said by Nigerian government about these crimes committed during the 2023 elections. Instead, they talk of peace without justice. Grandma Princess with that message on WhatsApp. Thank you very much for your message. We've got this message here from Surulere. Ugoing Surulere says, Sandra, why is no other country having passport booklet issues? Are the problems in the world domiciled in Nigeria? Is there nowhere we can turn to for positive news? Ugo. Well, I mean, I started the show with really positive news. You heard that the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway will be complete in April, and the second Niger Bridge will open in May. Those are great news stories, aren't they? 99.3. Hello.
Hello, Sandra.
How you doing? What's your name?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What's your name, ma'am? Hello? Hello? Oh, sorry about that. Call back if you can. 99.3. Hello?
Sandra.
How you doing? What's your
Good
name?
afternoon. Godman here.
Godman, talk to me.
Yeah, I just want to say, if you want to look for a good example of insurrection, MC Olumo, I mean, what he did, you can see the result of it. If any in a sane society, that man should be behind the bars. So you're talking about insurrection. What has Peter Obi said that has even moved people to do anything violent like MC Olumo did, and we saw the result of it. So what are they saying? If he wants to be fair and just in whatever he's saying, they should start with that one. And then also, I just like the way Peter Obi just responded. He called him Minister Lai. Good. He hit it on the head. He hit the head on the head. Minister Lai. Let me leave it there. Everybody says that. So let me leave it there.
Godman, thank you very much for calling. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Sandra.
How you doing? What's your name, sir?
Hello, Sandra.
Hi, what's your name? Can you hear me? All right, looks like we're having some issues with the phone line, so I'm just going to stick with WhatsApp messages. But let me bring you our final story, right? The Niger Delta Power Holding Company just approved contracts worth 6 billion naira. That's our third story. We've talked about last-minute contracts from the Kano state government. Now it's the NDPHC. Here are what some of those contracts are for. Clubhouse for 480 million naira, completion of a canteen for 69 million naira, 14 three-bedroom bungalows for 93 million naira each, 10 semi-detached two-bedroom bungalows for 56.6 million naira each, restaurant building for 162 million naira. Let me ask you a question, Lagos. Should any power holding company in Nigeria be using 500 million naira to build a clubhouse? I mean, arguments can be made in favor of some of their contracts. For example, they approved 930 million naira for 2 different fences. You could argue that depending on the size of the compounds being fenced and the level of security, that may or may not be fair. But a clubhouse? A clubhouse. Should a clubhouse be a priority for any government-owned office in the power sector at a time when Nigerians still don't have, on average, up to 7 hours of uninterrupted power per day? By the way, the NPHDC is owned by all 3 tiers of government: federal, state, and local. And we're just using these NPHDC contracts as a point of contact to talk about the contracting process in general. Because Nigerians often complain about contracts being inflated, contracts not being executed, wrong contracts being awarded. So if the majority of Nigerians agree that the contracting process is broken, the next question is, what can Nigerians do to fix it? What do you think citizens and CSOs need to do to make sure that the different tenders boards are alive to their responsibilities and only award acceptable contracts? What do Nigerians need to do to make sure that during the budgeting process, the executive and the legislature are not adding contracts to the budget that don't make sense? What needs to be done to make sure that the values of those contracts are correct? This is something we're going to need to talk about on Eyes and Nays. I think we'll talk about it on Eyes and Nays. Eyes and Nays, by the way, Lagos, is our weekly program where we look at the activities of the National and State Assemblies. It airs every Friday at 5 p.m. If you've never listened, this Friday is a good day to start listening. But yeah, let's hear from you. What do you think about these contracts by the Niger Delta Power Holding Company? The Niger Delta Power Holding Company, by the way, is co-owned by the state and by a number of other entities. So this is your money really going into this project. So the Niger Delta Power Holding Company is co-owned by all three tiers of government. That's why they have tenders board. 0700-993-993-993 01465-7190. Let's try the phone lines again and see if they work. If they don't work this time, we'll just go straight to WhatsApp and take messages from WhatsApp only. 99.3. Hello. Thanks for calling us. Hello. Hello. All right. Doesn't look like that worked. 99.3. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you? Hello? Okay, well, it's not my lucky day with the phone lines, so let's go to WhatsApp then. Sandra, I think Lai Mohammed should keep giving us updates since he's used what? Should keep giving us updates since his use is to talk. He's only trying to secure a place in Tinubu's government if he gets to Aso Rock. Okay. Rati from Alaba with that message there. We've got Gatti from Babcock. And Gatti says, nobody amongst all these men could believe that PO can be a force that he has become. A harmless man has no guilt. PO is a movement. So I think I've read this message before. Did you send this message again after I read it? Or did somebody else send the same message? Let's take a look at this one here. Every cost rolled out there for those buildings are hyperinflated. Just like recently, the aviation minister bought 5 fire vehicles at ridiculous prices. It's because they have not followed the due process. Actually, it was 12 fire vehicles. There's Bureau of Public Procurement at federal government level. The PMB regime seems to have brushed aside this organization. All right. Thank you for your message. You didn't leave your name. We've got Ndifreke who says, Toyin Cole said and did nothing when there were irregularities in the presidential elections. Now it's affecting him and he's speaking out. I would have respected him more if he stood for the truth during the presidential elections. Okay. We've got Abe Clark who says, the American government has not congratulated the president-elect. It could be the reason why Lai Mohammed went to the U.S. to talk. All right. We've got Ayo from Halifax who says, Sandra, why will Lai Mohammed do such a thing? These our leaders are selling us out and they're making the outside world see us as untrustworthy. All right. Ayo from Halifax, thanks for your message. Sandra, good afternoon. So going to court with your petition has now become insurrection to this government and her handlers, but beating people up, attacking them, even killing people just to prevent them from exercising their rights and vote a person of their choice. That one means peace and uniting them with such actions and behavior. Well, everyone is watching, and it should be closely monitored so that tomorrow the story will not be Lai Mohammed and co. are playing the script from their principal and masters, but hope that they will be able to handle the side effects. The blackmail and propaganda has gone to another level. This is our concern about Nigeria's foundations. All right. Thank you for your message. Sandra, if you know Lai Mohammed, tell him. All right. Thank you for your message. We've got this message here. Is it not this same Nigeria that someone described Alfred says, I think what they should be talking about now is how they can use this same method to track bandit conversations. All right. We've got Damola from the UK who says, Sandra, a party that rented fake bishops during electioneering is falsely accusing P2B. Nigeria will not cease to shock me. Damola from the UK with that message there. All right. Mike in Ikeja says, please, let me quickly disagree with you on the point that neither the party nor its presidential candidate have made any comment remotely treasonable. This belief by you or anyone else who sticks to it is not entirely true. Mr. Dati's mandate is joined to that of his principal, and this then goes without saying that whatever he or anyone else legally in proxy says about issues relating to the election is in turn made by the candidacy. If this is true, did you not listen to the interview granted by Dati to channels, etc.? Did you not hear what he said? Did you not listen to his vituperation that that's nothing short of undermining the legitimacy of the pronouncement of the Supreme Court, your final legal arbiter? When those words tantamount to treason or bordering around raising an insurrection? While I do not find the ruling party appealing, while I'm not enamored of Mr. Mohammed, as well-read people and journalists, we should say what is when I beg. Mike from Ikeja with that message there. Mike, thank you for your message. We've got Adeshino Ayatoyimbo who says, I tried so hard not to use heavy words, but Lai Mohammed, it doesn't make it easy. Posterity must hold these people up to judgment. All right. Sandra, my name is Dan from Igondo. Lai Mohammed should talk about issues of insecurity. No food, no job, no money in the bank. Rather than talking about Obi, he should talk about those. They should leave Obi alone. Let's wait for the courts to decide. Okay. We have George from Ejibo who says, Lai Mohammed has taken over the job of INEC. Only time will tell. This message here says 900 million naira for fence. Really? Well, I believe these politicians are awarding all of these last-minute projects to cash out to settle themselves. Femi from Dallas says, the last time... Femi, this your message is too strong, eh? I can't read it. Ah, my gosh. We've got this message here from Comrade Godfrey in Surulere. Comrade Godfrey says, Lai Mohammed is merely acting... Okay, I can't read that message either. Here's another message that I can read. Michael Samwobo says, the truth of the drama going on in Port Harcourt is a ploy by the Rivers PDP to prevent Toye Cole and the APC from accessing the INEC in Rivers State to get the CTC of the results of the Guber elections in Rivers State from filing his petition. If the police is not complicit, why did they stand hands akimbo to allow the charade go on for days? The drama is sponsored by the Rivers PDP in active connivance with INEC and the police. Michael Samobo, thank you for your message. All right, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Apologies about the phone lines. I hope that it picks back up during I Beg to Differ, because that's what's up next. I've got Emanuela Nadi and Nicholas Musa Okoya coming into the studio to debate in a few minutes. Don't go away, Lagos. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.